Happy Black History Month, guys. I'm just going to start off my video with that because we are in February and it is Black History, and I want to show you guys Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler, who was the first African-American female doctor in the United States. So, into the video, I'm showing you how I clean my brushes. These are my 3 go-to brushes. This one is my Alpha brush. She is the oldest brush. I've had her the longest. And the other 2 brushes are more recent, probably like a year, maybe a half a year between the 2 of them. And these are my PANA brushes. All my brushes will be linked in the description box below. Now, as you can see, they have some acrylic stuff in them. So I'm going in with these 2 Dapper dishes. Only one is actually a true Dapper dish. That pink one is a shot glass I bought for my 99-cent store. And yes, I am using 100% acetone to get that dried stuck on acrylic out of my brush. Okay, guys? So, yeah, some people will be like, no, absolutely not. Don't do it. That or this is the best method that has worked for me. Okay? It melts the acrylic right out of the brush. What the trick is that I learned is not to have it sitting in the acetone forever. As you can see, do you see those brushes? That is coming from my Alpha brush. That is coming from her because she's my oldest brush and I didn't know better at the time when I first started doing nails. And I used to leave her in the acetone, and sometimes I'd forget and come back like a half an hour later like, oh crap, I left her soaking in the acetone. Don't do that. Do not leave it soaking forever. Yes, it will loosen up the ferrule and it will just come right out, okay? But she's still holding on. I will give Alpha brush that. My girl is still holding on, okay? I did crimp her myself. As you can see the indents. But this is all I'm doing. I put her in there and I use that gel pusher thing to kind of like get any stuck on acrylic out. Any hairs, as you can see, that are coming out because she is losing her hair, girls. I try to just get all of that out. And I do that for all of my brushes. I dip it in and then I go in and try to get out any stuck on acrylic that might be there. As you can see, this last brush had some real clumps in there, so I'm really working it out. And then I'm just like combing it through and combing it out. So this is what they look like after I've done that process. As you can see, if I can flick it back and forth, and it moves my acrylics out of it. Then I go in with my liquid monomer and my other smaller Dapper dish. And here is key. This is clutch. I put a few drops of cuticle oil. Yeah, that's what I do. 2 drops of my cuticle oil. You can use any cuticle oil. I use mine because I make them myself. And yeah, I mix it in there with that monomer. And I'm kind of like soaking up the bristles of the brush, the Kolinsky brush hairs, in that monomer and cuticle oil mixture. Why am I doing that? These are real hairs, guys, and just like your natural hair, you kind of need to condition it. The monomer and the cuticle oil does that. Now, some people will be like, oh my goodness, why do you do it like that? What happens when you apply the acrylic? You can't have oil. I know that. When you're going to apply your acrylic, you get that small Dapper dish again. You pour a little bit of monomer out of your fresh brush. You kind of zhuzh it around in there with the bristles and wipe it off just as I'm doing now. The oil will come out. That's it. When I do this process, as you can see, like I'm playing with it. I'm molding my brush back. I'm wiping off the excess. This is my process. Once I've done that, I put my brushes to sit standing upright, bristles up, in a little jar that I hold my brushes in on my nail desk overnight. I don't go right back in and do a nail set right after I've cleaned it like this. So that is that's another tip. That gives the cuticle oil that I did put in the monomer to fully condition that brush and let it sit overnight. And by the next day when I'm going to have clients and I go to use it again, I do the monomer trick as I mentioned. I zhuzh it around in there and just gives it an extra oomph, and there you go. These are the brushes right after I've done them. I've pressed them. You saw me press and mold them back to the shape that I like them in. And yeah, as you can see, my Alpha brush is kind of thin, but my PANA brushes are a little bit thicker, and I love all 3 of them equally. Like I said, the links for where I bought my brushes from will be in the description box below. And also, guys, my Etsy shop is up and running. I am still loading up more of my glitters that are for sale. There are some glitters currently on the Etsy shop ready for purchase. I have not fully loaded my Etsy shop up, but I am continuously doing so. But yeah, go check out my Kitty Claus 18 Etsy shop. I will leave her linked in the description box below. And thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay blessed out there. And until next time, bye kitties.